Rest in peace to Hall of Fame basketball and broadcaster Bill Walton. Walton passed away on Monday, May 27th at his home in San Diego after a lengthy battle with cancer. Walton was 71 years old. He was most known for being a former NBA player, but also was known for being a broadcaster who did not adhere to the traditional norms. Not only was he a Hall of Fame in basketball, but he also was a Hall of Fame broadcaster and called games for many networks that included ESPN, CBS, the Pac-12 Network, Clippers, and the Kings. Walton is the only player in NBA history to win Finals MVP, regular season MVP, and the Sixth Man of the Year award. He won 2 titles at UCLA and won the National College Player of the Year award a record 3 times. After his great college career, Walton would go on to enjoy a 15-year NBA career with the Trailblazers, Clippers, and Celtics. In the NBA, he won 2 championships with the Blazers and Celtics. He was also a 2-time All-Star, made the All-NBA team twice, one on the first and the other on the second team, twice on the All-Defensive First Team, and won Finals MVP in 1977, while also claiming the regular season MVP the very next season. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver described Walton as truly one of a kind and will be greatly missed. Walton was born and raised in La Mesa, California with his parents and siblings. During his high school days, Walton was the best recruit in the country and led La Mesa High School to back-to-back titles in 69 and 70. In 1969, they finished 29-2 and went undefeated the very next year, 33-0. After his high school days, Walton chose to attend UCLA and play for John Wooden. He did not play his first year, as at the time, freshmen were not allowed to participate. But from his sophomore season until his senior year, he was the best player in college basketball. He won back-to-back College Player of the Year awards, which included going undefeated in his sophomore and junior seasons. They won the title in back-to-back years, while UCLA claimed their 9th title in 10 years. During his time at UCLA, Walton averaged 20 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, while also shooting 65% from the field. After his terrific college career, which also included going to the title game in his senior year, he was drafted by the Trailblazers with the top pick. Before he played in the NBA, he was drafted number 1 in 73 and in 74 in the ABA draft. However, he turned down the ABA. He played sparingly during his first season with the Trailblazers as he started to deal with injuries, but still had impressive stats in his rookie campaign. He averaged 12 points, 12.6 boards, 4.8 assists, and 2.7 blocks in 35 games played. During his second season, he dealt with more injuries, but still performed well while he was on the court and played a total of 51 games. In his second season in the association, he averaged 16 points, 13 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.6 blocks. In that season, the Trailblazers improved dramatically and won 37 games. But his third season saw the most success under new head coach Jack Ramsey. The Trailblazers made the playoffs for the first time with Walton as they went 49-33 and clinched the 3rd seed. Walton also made his first All-Star game. During the Western Conference playoffs, Portland beat Chicago and Denver to advance to the conference finals. With Bill Walton and Marcus Lucas leading the way for the Blazers under head coach Jack Ramsey, Portland stunned LA and swept them 4 games to none. Walton dominated and took down fellow alum Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Trailblazers advanced to the first finals ever and squared up against the Sixers led by Hall of Famer Dr. J. Even though the Sixers were the favorites and won both Game 1 and 2, the Trailblazers would not lose another game in the series and won 4 straight to claim their first title. Walton was named MVP of the series and that season as he averaged 18 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 blocks. The very next season, Walton was named MVP of the league despite only playing 58 games. In 1978, he was also named to his second All-Star game and was selected to the All-NBA First Team as well as the All-NBA Defensive First Team as well. However, he broke his ankle in the middle of the season and did not return until the playoffs. During the first round, Walton broke his ankle in Game 2 again versus Seattle and missed the remainder of the playoffs. Trailblazers would go on to fall to the Supersonics in 6 games. After he broke his ankle in the playoffs, he would never play for the Trailblazers again. He sat out the entire 1979 season after requesting a trade because the Trailblazers did not handle the team injuries very well. After the 79 season, Walton signed with his hometown team, the Clippers, as a veteran free agent. He signed, at the time, a 7-year deal for $7 million, which at the time was massive. But unlike his time with the Trailblazers, Walton did not have as much success with the Clippers. His time with the Clippers was marred by injuries. In his 6 seasons with the Clippers, he failed to make the playoffs and only played 169 games. By 1985, the Clippers had moved to LA and had not many players like the new owner, Donald Sterling. Walton said this about Sterling: "The checks bounced higher than the basketballs when Donald Sterling took over. The basketball was awful, and the business side was immoral, dishonest, corrupt, and illegal. Other than that, it was all fine." In the offseason of 1985, Walton requested a trade from the Clippers and wanted to play for a winning team. The Clippers granted Walton his request and dealt him to the Celtics for Cedric Maxwell and a first-round pick. In that season, Walton enjoyed his best season in years. He played a total of 80 games and made the playoffs for the first time in nearly a decade. For the first time in his career, Walton came off the bench and became the Celtics' sixth man. With this success, he was named Sixth Man of the Year and helped the Celtics win their title and beat the Rockets in 6 games. In that year, Walton averaged 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1 block in 19 minutes played. He also finished with a career high in field goal percentage at 56%. After the 1988 season, Walton called it a career. Walton was inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in 1993. After his retirement, Walton would go on to enjoy a successful broadcasting and career in which he won a Sports Emmy. He was most known for being very joyful, especially when he called games. He was also a huge Grateful Dead fan and went over to 1,000 concerts. He would even sometimes wear a Grateful Dead shirt while he would call games. Even though he stuttered when he was a kid and was often shy when talking to the media during his playing career, he outgrew it and became a legendary broadcaster. In addition to being a Hall of Fame NBA player, a legendary broadcaster, he was also a published author and wrote several books. ESPN chairman Jimmy Pitaro said this about Walton: Bill's one-of-a-kind spirit captivated and inspired audiences during his second career as a successful broadcaster. UCLA alum and Hall of Famer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had this to say about Walton: "The world feels so much heavier now. On the court, Bill was a fierce player, but off the court he wasn't happy unless he did everything he could to make everyone around him happy. He was the best of us." Walton is survived by his 2 wives, Susan Gath and Lori Matsuki, as well as his 4 children, Luke, Nathan, Chris, and Adam Walton.